This program is part of the Infinite Potato Alliance. Visit us at infinitepotato.com.
I'm Jared Stern. I think people should listen because we're desperate for attention right now.
I'm also Jared Stern. This is what I like to call an exercise in benign narcissism. And
I'm Jared Stern. How are you? I'm the problem. It's me.
There's the intro.
Yeah, so we did.
Between Two Sterns. Hello.
Hello. How is everyone?
This is my trick, because I do a lot of like Teams calls and a lot of Zoom calls for work. I always have to move my camera so that my face is directly beneath the camera. Right, because you and I were just talking about...
I always feel like I'm looking slightly off to the side, not directly at the camera. You know.
And that's something that you just need to accept as being a part of like this culture. But like, I also do that, but I also want to see how I look.
Right.
Whilst I'm talking.
Right, because, hi, narcissist. Like looking at myself.
Hello. Not. Ish. This is not on the topic, but it's not on the topic.
Which we have a topic?
Which is, actually, hold on.
Are we starting over?
We're gonna make sure this audio worked and come back. And you're gonna hear that like...
And we're back.
This is not the same thing, but it's not the same thing. My particular type of neurodivergence is, for many, many years, and it took me a while to realize it, I don't look people in the eyes always when I talk to them.
I think it's a big Gen Z thing.
Yeah,
you're not.
I've always been ahead of the curve.
Sure.
Have you ever noticed this when we're talking? I'm not looking at your eyes, I'm looking at your mouth.
No, but here's the thing.
What is the
More
thing?
often than not, this is how we talk.
Right, no, that's fair. In this situation, I tend to I look at people's mouths when they talk.
Okay.
Which I would say maybe about 10 years ago, 13-ish years ago, I realized that I had done this and was doing this so much, I inadvertently learned how to read lips.
Oh.
So like a lot of the times, if somebody's like mouthing something to me or from watching something on TV, more often than not, I can get like the general gist of it, which is...
I mean, that's a good talent to have.
It's a cool kind of like back pocket superpower. I'm not an expert at it, but like I'm above a C at it. I'd say like a B.
You're not quite deaf, but
Sure. Yes. But anyway, I was talking to Rachel the other day, and I was looking her in the eyes because like I've realized this about myself. I tend to check in on it. I was like, I'm going to make a concerted effort to look people in the eyes.
And was she off-put by that?
She was like, stop looking at my forehead.
Hey, my eyes are down here.
And I was like, what? She's like, you're not looking me in the eyes. Look me in the eyes. I was like, I am looking you in the eyes. And she's like, no, you're not. I was like, I'm not doing that Dwight Schrute sales tactic where you like look at people in the middle. She's like, no, it feels weird. I was like, and I told her, I was like, watch, I'll look at you in the mouth. And I'm looking at her mouth. She's like, and this isn't you looking me in the eyes? I've gotten her so used to this that now when I look at her in the eyes, it's jarring. And so much like, this feels very like Teams video call-y, where like, if you're always used to like looking kind of slightly off the side, there are AI plugins now that reorient your face so that it looks in the eyes.
No, that's okay. I'd rather just have it look slightly awkward.
Sure.
Because I think that's our brand. Slightly awkward.
It is our brand. Slightly awkward. You got stuff?
I got a couple things. A couple bits of administrative stuff. Found out recently. Did a little sleuthing and found out that the game show Dream is not dead.
Yeah.
We thought it might be dead. And then there was a glimmer of hope. And then I actually went and instead of assuming things, I emailed somebody who would know. And they said that all previous auditions are still under consideration. Yeah. So there's a non-zero chance this could still happen.
What I love about your intro, and again, I'm just going to be me because that's what this podcast is.
Please.
When we speak to private investigator Jared Stern again, and we ask him for his multi-tier PI package. Do you think the basic plan is just, well, send him an email? Like when you go, I sleuthed and figured this out.
No, I sleuthed by emailing.
Right. I just feel like sleuthing and sending an email, there might be maybe a larger divide between these two.
There is a difference. All right. Let me reframe that. Lazy detective work.
There we
is
go.
what I did. Lazy detective work.
I inquired.
Yeah, I asked somebody who might know, and they said they gave me an answer. Yeah.
Yeah. But the dream is still alive. The dream is still alive.
And I checked with dancer Jared Stern, and he's available for when we could potentially maybe be doing this.
Amazing.
So, hope springs eternal. Also, another thing that I just found out is available to do, and this Jared Stern is definitely doing it, and you and Rachel are obviously invited because I'm trying to get a big group together. Do you know what's open, what recently opened up for tours?
So many options. I don't know what opened up recently.
The Jim Henson Creature Shop.
What is... That's exactly what it sounds like.
It's where they make the Muppets.
Is this in D.C. or is it in New York?
No, but it's in New York. It's in at Long Island City.
Yeah, Long Island Silly. That's a place in New York.
Long Island Silly. Yes, that's...
Well,
another,
Long Island Silly is
because
the
Muppet,
sub-borough where the Muppet...
That's where the Muppets are made.
...thing that you just said is...
Yes.
Long Island City. Yeah.
It's open for tours on Saturdays, and so this particular Jared Stern is pretty goddamn excited about that.
That sounds exciting.
And, so there will be a pilgrimage to that particular Mecca.
A pilgrimage.
Yes, that I'll be making. I may seem alert. I may seem on the ball. I am, however, very jet lagged right now.
Oh, from a plane?
Yeah.
I assume.
How else is one jet lagged?
Driving.
No, that's not.
Where'd you fly from?
Seattle. We took a trip out to Seattle.
Oh, yeah?
Over the weekend.
What'd you see?
A lot of Adel.
Yeah.
We had some family business with Andrea's side of the family. Her brother had just turned 60 in December, but when he turned 60, he was traveling for work, and December birthdays always get short shrift.
Yeah.
So my mother-in-law determined that he needed to be thrown a party.
Yeah.
For his 60th. This was his 60th and a half birthday. The whole family got together, and that included us. And so we got a chance to hang out with her side of the family for a bit and see a bunch of her friends that live in and around where she grew up, and got to hang out with them a little bit. And so jet lag, I feel like I'm outside. I feel like I've been outside of my body for like the last couple days.
Yeah.
And that led me to an observation. And I know that we did a podcast on time travel tips way back when. Remember when we were trying to make this podcast about like a topic?
Oh,
for
yeah,
like 3 episodes or something like that.
Yeah,
you were like, this needs to be about something. And I was like, eh. Anyway, time travel tips was one of them. I remember that being. And I don't know if we covered this. And it's been a while since we did it.
It's impossible to know.
It's quite possible, actually. I could actually just listen to the episode, but I don't like doing that kind of research because I'm a Jared Stern and I don't put in the effort. Yeah.
But you're aware.
But I'm aware.
You're self-aware.
Yeah. But anyway, it occurred to me that would be one of the major drawbacks of time travel.
Go on.
If gaining or losing 3 hours on a plane can cause that kind of...
I understand what you're saying.
It can screw up your body clock so badly. Imagine going back a year.
Yeah.
Imagine going forward a year.
Yeah.
Imagine what that would do to you.
Yeah.
And just knowing that this wasn't even an international trip. Sure. It was a East Coast to West Coast and back. And holy shit, I felt like I went to bed at like 8 o'clock last night to kind of recalibrate things, and it still hasn't worked because you can't catch up on sleep. Which means I think time travel would be fucking awful.
Now you are doing this for the bit and understand the fallacy with this, right?
Oh, come on! You're gonna.
I'm just making
you're
sure.
You're gonna analyze something.
I'm not
now?
analyzing it. I'm letting you know that if we had a robust comment section, it would be going fucking crazy right now. I think you seem to think that like it all stacks. The reason why we experience jet lag is because the world around us has adjusted. We're still the same. So I'm taking my normal 24 hours. I feel I'm living in. It is 5:15 right now.
Right, sure.
And if I were to go 3 hours into California, then it would be 2:15.
Right, but
So
zoom out. If
No.
it's 2026,
Listen.
I'm going back to 2018.
So now, when I want to go to bed because my body thinks that I don't get to go to bed because I still am waiting those 3 additional hours. But when I time travel from Jared right now to Jared a year ago in the same spot, it's still 5, unless I'm time traveling back to a different time of the day. That's when the jet lag will occur.
I feel like this is an exponential effect.
Let me put this another way. I, Jared Stern,
Yes.
am not hungry right now.
Okay. Glad to hear it.
If I were to jump into a time machine right now and go 1 year into the future,
Right.
in the exact same time, 5:15 right now in the exact, I would not feel a year's worth of hunger stacked on top of me.
No, but you could feel a year's worth of time passage.
But I wouldn't, because it's the same. Time travel is about taking the constant, which is you, and putting you into the variable, which is how the world is existing around. I'm so happy this is our topic right now. This is something I will die on a hill for.
Oh, wow. Other people have brought this up to you.
No. Don't play with time travel with me.
Okay.
I've been doing it enough that I know how it works.
How do you think we really collected all of these Jared
How do
stories?
you think it is that you could stack me up against how I looked a year ago and I haven't aged?
Vampire?
Time travel.
Okay.
But yes, I think the humor of what you're saying is like, if you were to time travel from 5:15 now to a year ago in the past, you would have to make sure you land at 5:15 in the past, because it's not just about going back a year, it's a year to the exact time. And not like if you time traveled into the past a year and 7 hours from now. It's like flying across the entire half the continent. It's like going to China or something and like having to deal with that lag as well.
All right. Well, I'm not going to argue with you on this point.
There is no argument with me on this.
Because there is no argument. That's why I want...
5 o'clock is 5 o'clock. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. And if you land there at 5 o'clock, it's 5 o'clock.
So, while we were in Seattle, we were getting together with some of Andrea's friends, and we went to go get ice cream. Not entirely important to the story, but it just puts us in a specific place. We were eating our ice cream outside in a little outdoor area. I guess that's why we'd be outside.
Well,
anyway, and we were talking, and Andrea has essentially logged out of social media because it is a drain on her psyche. I think it's a drain on most people's psyches to doom scroll and do all that stuff.
Yeah, you know.
It affects all of us differently. Anyway,
people can't handle it.
she was talking to her friend about how she's not on social anymore, so she's missing. I think their 30th high school reunion was coming up, and they weren't as in on the plans, or at least Andrea wasn't, because she's not on social media.
She's not on there.
Not on there. Not on there to get the updates. Anyway,
Not getting the updates.
while we're having this conversation,
Sure.
a lady who is eating her ice cream about one table over says, "I'm developing an app to be a new social media site that you don't have to doom scroll on. It's just about fun events, and you can put on your events, and then people can comment on those events." And she just went on to do some weird Shark Tank pitch about what
Bum, bum.
she had in mind. And I was like, this is amazing. What's it called? She goes, I don't have a name for it yet. It's like, okay, that's great. And where is it available? How close is it to being available? I need to get together with somebody to help me develop it. Yeah. It's very much in the planning stages. She then said the following thing to us. I am not suicidal. If I wind up dead, it's because Mark Zuckerberg got me. And I was like, wow. I am, when it comes to heightened delusion,
Yeah.
this particular Jared Stern has some experience. Self-importance is kind of my thing.
Yeah.
It's kind of half the reason why this podcast exists.
Sure.
But, man, I do not think your Temu Eventbrite is going to have any take any chunk out of the bottom line of Facebook or X or LinkedIn.
Here's a deep
or
cut.
fucking MySpace.
Yeah, here's a deep cut. You're not a scientist that is currently on the verge of a breakthrough
Right.
of solving anti-gravity or limitless free energy.
Yeah.
Therefore, you are not at risk to getting murdered.
You're low on the assassin
Now,
list.
do you understand that reference I'm making? There have been...
Well, yeah, no, there have been a bunch of scientists who have mysteriously died.
One
yes.
of which recently is a woman who was like leading the research on like anti-gravity.
Oh, really?
And she actually came out and said, I am so close to solving this that if I end up dead and it is like made to look like a suicide, it is not me taking my own life. Somebody killed me. And she ended up dead, and it was made to look like a suicide. And they've tracked like a lot of cases of this type of stuff. And this shit's been going on back since the days of like Tesla. Not the Elon Musk ripoff, but like Tesla, who had come up with like the concept for like essentially limitless free energy. With that being said, nobody's paying for this app. So you're not at risk.
Yeah. Well, you're also not at risk for just ideas that are in your head that are being discussed over ice cream.
No ability to execute. Also, I don't believe in judging any book by its cover. I don't like to judge. I don't judge books. I don't judge covers. I try not to judge people.
Okay.
But if we were to make assumptions about the contents, capabilities, and executables from books based solely off of those covers, you and Andrea were in Seattle, Washington.
Yeah.
Arguably the tech capital of the world. And I understand, maybe not, maybe San Francisco, the Bay, but certainly up there. Amazon's up there.
Yeah, sure.
It's in the top 10. And I certainly understand throwing mud at the wall. But did she look at you and go, this guy might be the guy? Like, this guy eating ice cream with his wife is the guy who I might be able to get to build my app for me.
As in, I'm a programmer, or have any kind of credibility in that space, or am I the person who's giving her the seed money to do this?
I don't know if you read either one of those scenarios.
Exactly.
You read comic. You give, as the Gen Zs would say, you give comic. There's no question about that. You give college professor. I'll give you that one as well.
Really?
Yeah, you have a certain like aura to you about like having your shit together.
Wow.
And that is clearly like a symbiosis, vicarious contact energy that you're getting off of Andrea.
Oh, totally. No, she's the only reason why I have any semblance of being together.
But you have too much color
I'm not
to be a programmer.
You definitely have programmer energy.
I have programmer energy. That's really, really, really funny. Yeah. So did you give her any money? Did you get her card?
No, I didn't. No. She just look for it. I was like, okay.
And then you went over to the ice cream person and were like, what's the deal with Janice over here? And they're like, Janice has been dead for 30 years.
It looked like an accident.
Nice.
I do have one other thing,
sure,
but I don't want to monopolize things.
No. You know.
All right.
I'll stay on go. I'll collect $200. You monopolize
because
I
got one more thing.
He's got one more thing.
One more thing. So I was out driving. I was on my way to a gig, and I saw on the back of a of a car, one of those little stickers, little decals on the back. They have like baby on board, or some kind of. It was a cutesy little thing. And
Like
it was,
like student driver.
no, something like that. This is not a student.
We're
driver
going to
thing.
do this episode.
No, we're
for the
not going to
fourth
do this.
time.
No, we're not. No, we're not. It was in the Harry Potter font. You familiar with the Harry Potter font? With like
Sure, yeah.
With like the little lightning bolt
Yeah.
on stuff and whatever.
Okay.
Anyway, and it said, "Little Muggles on board." Now, I don't care what you think about J.K. Rowling. The less said about her, the better. But let's break down real quickly what this parent is saying about her children.
Little non-magic users?
In a world of magic, my kids are normal and boring.
Well, yeah.
My kids are not special in the slightest. There is not a hero's journey to be found among them.
Look, we don't know how crazy these parents are. Let me tell you what it
Why?
reads to
But
me.
here's the-
Let's say maybe you think magic is real. Let's say maybe you think magicians have a thing against humans.
Okay.
Is this not the equivalent of like maybe somebody who's an illegal in this country throwing like a Blue Lives Matter flag on the back of their car
I
so
don't
they
know.
don't get pulled over for having the cops?
But like, isn't Muggles a slur in the Harry
yeah,
Potter
yeah,
world?
yeah.
Like
yeah.
that's how the magic users talk down to us normal people.
What would the what would the non-slur?
Hang on.
What would the non-slur version of Muggle be?
I'm not sure, but think about this. If you are a fan of the world of Harry Potter,
Sure.
right, and you think magic is fun and wizards are fun and all that stuff, why would you call your kids Muggles?
I think I recognize. Maybe it's the age. I don't know. I feel like Muggle, for all of its slurriness, still has like a whimsy to it.
I guess it's a whimsical slur.
Yeah.
Sure.
You little stinker.
But-
you little Muggle.
I mean, I don't know. That to me says my child is not special in the slightest. Pay him or her no mind.
Let's give credit where credit's due for self-awareness. Maybe the kids are so obsessed with Harry Potter that they need to reinforce it like a whole like Avatar bullshit from back in the 2000s, where people thought they threw themselves off of bridges, they were going to turn into Na'vi. So they're like, you can't fly on a broom. Look, you're little Muggles. You can't fly or use magic.
All right. Well, I guess if you see an owl,
Right? It's not.
it's not delivering you a message.
Speaking of seeing owls, I went to the zoo.
Holy shit!
There we go.
What a segue!
I didn't see owls. But it was Rachel's birthday this past weekend.
Oh, happy birthday.
Thank you on behalf of her. And we went to the zoo, the DC zoo.
That's the good one.
We saw the pandas.
Yeah.
We saw the elephants.
Okay.
And we learned that if you enter the zoo from the metro walking into the walking in entrance, it is a very different experience than parking. Why is it a different experience? I'll tell you
Please.
why. There is arguably no like real tried and true front of the zoo, which I like. When was the last time you were at the zoo?
It has been a while, but I drive past
There
the
are.
entrance.
Let me rephrase that. There are entrances. But it's not like you walk through the exterior entrance into what is considerably like you know how like you can walk through like the gates of Magic Kingdom?
Sure.
And then it is very clearly the front of the theme park.
The area that I'm referring to is the one where it says National Zoo,
Right.
big block letters, right across the street from like a Froyo or
Yeah,
something like
went
that.
to the Froyo place afterwards.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about, let me rephrase. I'm not talking about the exterior front-facing entrance.
Okay.
I mean that once you walk through that threshold, so you can walk through the front there, or there are a variety of different parking lots. There's parking lot A, B, C,
Or E.
D, and E. I don't know. And they all kind of wrap around the side of the park.
So what?
And you can enter through any one of them.
Did you guys park?
No. So we went in through the front entrance. But
Okay.
the last time I went there, we parked at one of what is considered to be the furthest parking lots and then walked in.
Gotcha.
The reason I say that it is an entirely different experience is because when you walk in through what is considered to be the forward-facing front entrance to walk in, you walk in,
There are gift
there's
shops.
a main path down the line, and then there are branching kind of looping paths off to the side.
Yeah.
You walk in, we walk down the looping paths, we walk down, we walk, and you don't really take the main path because why would? That's where all the food is. It's a very well-designed zoo. I love this zoo. I like the concept of like Smithsonian run zoos, which are designed to like protect and help endangered creatures.
As opposed to
The ones that are just like, hey, look at this bird. We cut off its fucking wings and we stored it in this like hut, which are other zoos. Anyway,
okay.
but when we concluded the wraparound, we realized that it is like a 30-degree uphill grade walking back up to the front of the entrance of the zoo.
Okay.
But there's a parking lot at the back. And so I remember the last time I went to the zoo, starting at the back, walking up the incline, and then going down to the end. This time we walked down the hill and then had to walk back up the hill in like 90-degree heat. And it was different.
Yeah.
And thanks for sticking with me for that exciting.
It was so exciting. And you told it so well
Yeah.
with such enthusiasm.
way too much effort was spent on
To say we walked uphill in the heat at the zoo. By the way, so in the heat, would you say it magnified any smells?
Oh yeah. Yeah, it was a smelly town. And all of the animals were feeling it. Like everything was just kind of sprawled out and being like, it's way too hot for us to be here. Why are you here?
Were there any animals that had decided to just kind of call it a day and like go get a water break or hang out in their like pools or whatever?
Oh yeah. So I have a great video of like an elephant just like splashing around and like waving to everybody and having a great time. And then like all of the big cats were just like finding whatever shaded spot
Sure.
they could. Way too hot for the otters. The panda was just in the shade like munching on some bamboo. But it was fun. It was nice to walk around. And it's such a unique spot in DC because I feel like you can go in there and disappear. Like it does not feel like you're in the truly in the middle of DC in that zoo.
Yeah.
Versus outside of it. And it was just like the whole weekend was a really great time. It was really great to like celebrate Rachel and like her birthday.
Was it a milestone birthday?
I mean, 32.
Okay.
So
sure.
like
She's 16 again.
She's on the cusp of her mid-20s. And like it's very funny because like
Hang on.
I'm sorry, her mid-30s.
About to say.
She's on the cusp of her mid-30s.
She's time traveling too.
Like this was Friday, Saturday. Friday when we went to the zoo Sunday. Something like that. One of these days. So we celebrated some of her birthday Saturday. Then Sunday we woke up before we went to the zoo. She comes out of the bathroom and she goes, "Ow." I was like, "What happened?" She's like, "I hurt my neck." I was like, "Are you okay?" She was like, "Yeah, I was taking off this shirt or this like bra or something, and like I was twisted and I hurt my neck taking my shirt off." And I was like,
welcome to your 30s.
"Welcome to your 30s." It's all down the zoo
It
hill
gets
from here.
so much worse.
So much worse. So much worse. Speaking of neck pain, here's an interesting thing that hasn't
Yeah.
been solved for yet.
What's that?
So, do you and Andrea cuddle when you sleep? Are you
Yes.
cuddlers? Okay. Like, I'm assuming you start as Big Spoon, or is she more of a lay on you type of person?
A little bit of both. It's while we're watching TV, it's head on the chest,
Sure.
and then when it's time to actually go to sleep, it's Big Spoon, Little Spoon.
Great. Nobody has a solve for this. I've been combing the internet for it, and I might track this woman down in Seattle to see if she can not build it for me. Which, by the way, guys, welcome to using the punchline before the joke. Why doesn't anybody make like an extra long pillow?
They totally do.
Not a neck pillow.
An
So
extra
you know
long
those
neck pillow.
concave
You know, I
pillow-
have one. Yeah.
But one that can span the middle of the bed. I'm talking
Oh,
a full...
both people.
Because I know you guys are probably doing what we're doing. We're both riding that crack. Like
Riding the pillow
I just
crack.
got the edge over there. She got the edge over there. And like, we can't move one pillow to the middle because at some point, inevitably, somebody rolls over.
Yeah,
and now I'm in a
part ways.
chasm. So like, why is there no like... Why is there no like anti-lonely kids club?
Like a bench seating kind of a
Why
thing.
is there no bench pillow and a bench neck pillow so that both of us can share it in the middle?
I don't
And
know.
by the way,
Yes.
if I die, it's because Big Pillow wanted to.
Big Pillow smothered me.
My pillow guy took me out and is gunning for one of these like presidential pardons you can toss into the ring. By the way, some positive news. Court ruling. His fucking name is coming off of the Kennedy Center.
And I hope they announce when.
Yeah.
Specifically when, so that a giant crowd can gather
Yes.
around it and witness it.
Agreed.
I've seen an AI video of them crowbarring the name off, but that wasn't real. That
Yeah.
hasn't happened yet. But I believe they've been ordered to do it like before his birthday.
Yeah.
Or on his birthday, which would be fun.
Which do you think at this point would generate more money? I'm going to give you two schools of thought.
Okay.
One, time traveling back in time to invest in Bitcoin on the early stages.
Okay.
And then getting out at whatever. Right? Or going back in time 14 years ago.
And like investing in Apple? No.
And trying to convince a younger version of you to bet on Kashi and Polymarket market all of the bullshit we have experienced with Trump. Now, the hardest part is going to be convincing a younger version of yourself to bet the appropriate amount of money for all of the insanity that is going to occur.
You're assuming that traveling to the past confirms that everything plays out the same.
True. It's also going to be difficult to stay awake if I'm traveling back.
I'm going to be so fucking jet lagged. I will sleep through most of the betting process.
Hey everybody, thanks for sticking your ears between two sterns.
Please leave us a 5-star review, even if it's a sarcastic one.
Be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Have an idea for the show? Or are you also Jared Stern?
Shoot us an email. You can find links to everything at jaredstern.com.